Hello, hello. I just realized that just as I was starting the stream, Jacob posted something. I want to see what he posted. Little treat. It's not showing up. I am not sure how well I will survive tonight. I am a little exhausted. Hey, Killboy, by the way, hello, welcome. Welcome, welcome, as some people say. Ooh, check. Ooh. Where? The post go. There it is. Jacob has a 3D printer and he's printing. This is his test amulet. I'm trying to convince him to make some 3D objects. I don't have to do it, so I'm okay with that. I think when we go to PAX, we'll print out some 3D prints just to have, decorate the booth a little bit. I don't think we'll sell it or anything. I have 5 of them. 5 printers. You got resin? I have a coworker who has resin printers, like the 4K resin printers or something, like some high fidelity resin. I'm actually going to ask. He's actually going to help us with some of the prints. I'm going to probably talk quite calmly and relaxedly. My wife and I, for the first time in literal years, went out dancing. It has been a long heckin' time since we've been dancing. The glove on the wrong hand. 2 resin and 3 FDM. Okay. Those resin, man, they're nice. They print pretty high quality prints. I'm not working on printing anything today. I'm not. I'm not. I was sharing the picture, but I wasn't sharing the picture because we're in chat mode. Good Motzi. Yeah. So this is the. Just can't believe myself sometimes. This is the new printer that Jacob got. I think it looks pretty cute. He wanted to take some of my voxel models that I made, but they're not really the greatest. Apparently, they need a fair amount of scaffolding to hold them in place. So, it's fine. Yeah, there's our just test print of a Alterium shift amulet. This is FDM, not resin. And that's what it is. And tonight, I'm going to work more on stuff. I'm debating whether I need to document versus just do. In this case, I need to do some investigation to see how the Smile Game Builder system does its called their height map, which is their collision map. Which this thing drives me nuts. So on every load of a map, I think I'm going to prove that this thing runs and it goes through the entire set, all the objects, everything on the map, and rebuilds it. At least I think it does. It might do it as part of the import process, but I think it happens on a map load. This is a lot of work to do on a map load. I don't even know how some games take so long to load their maps. Knowing what Smile Game Builder does, how is it that other games that use scene-based maps don't just load instantly? I don't get that. It seems like they should just zap into existence. I feel like if I cut down all these things, the maps will just load, in a snap or something. Anyway, let's find out if this even works. How often do maps load? All the time. Every time you go to another screen, it's the map load. Right? All the time. Maps load everywhere. think. Okay, so it does happen. So when a map loads, it at runtime builds this thing. I wonder how long it takes to run that. So here, this whole thing, this whole method is going through every single thing to build the map object height. I really want to know how long it takes to do this. So let's see here. If it's not the editor. Oh, where did I add this, or did this? No, this can't be something I added, right? Annotate. No, so that's their thing. So if it's not the editor, then it clears. Wait a second. What? What is this thing? This is the list of the map. And why is it a capital I? I hate that so much. What? So it already retained that information? So I went, God, I'm such an idiot. I mean, the way I did it is probably better, but I went through this whole process to create an import thing because I felt like I couldn't get the map object information. Turns out they have on the map load, they build this list and retain. That is, I'm dumb. It's fine. We're good. Everything's fine. No worries. So let's make a stopwatch. I want to know how long this takes. We'll start the stopwatch and then do all this code and then create map objects info. What does this do? What? What? This is crazy. I mean, I'm not explaining what it does, but it's crazy. What? How double dog dare you? So that information does exist? Question mark? I made bad choices. It's fine. We're good. Everything's fine. Fine. And then we do. I don't want milliseconds. I want seconds. Lapsed. Dot. Seconds. Okay. We'll see how long that little puppy takes to run. Should be a great time. So every single map load, an entire process is run to wire the collision map for the current map that we're looking at. That just seems so crazy to me. That's a lot. You know, but of course, if I do this and the timing isn't very long, I guess I could just live with it. I'm gonna have to live with it. I don't have a good solution to. I'd have to replace how their system works, or I mean, I guess I could figure out a way to like preload it. on import. Because this information for the static data shouldn't change. Yeah, that's insane. Okay, so we're not running the debugger. Let me actually turn the debugger off so we get a good sense. It'll be it'll be a little slow because the debug system is connected, but it shouldn't be too bad. At least I'll get an idea, I think. Whenever this decides to run. Any day now. There you go. Do Summitin. Hey, Sorrow, how are you? Okay, wait. 0 seconds. How was it that? It was 0 seconds? So we know that it is milliseconds. It only takes milliseconds to do this? It seems like a lot of work. It must just not be as much work as I thought it would. Hey, Rasa. Ohayo gozaimasu. Gotta always remember what time of day it is. I don't know why I say Rasa. I think you said that I could call you Ross. What did you say, Rasa? Ohayo. Good morning. How are you doing? I'm doing well. I am tired. Last night, for the first time in years, my wife and I went swing dancing because we're swing dancers. We don't do it much now, but we haven't even. I don't think we haven't gone dancing anywhere since before the pandemic. We went out last night. Unfortunately, my whole body is very, very tired. So I'm gonna take it easy-ish tonight. You know, just chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and shooting some b-ball outside the school. When a couple of guys who were up to no good started making Otsukare Same Desu. Is that a des? Is that dancing? Otsukare Sama Desu. I don't say desu, but I know it's des. The u is like very, the su is very silent. So, des. But in my head, I'm saying the u. I think that's how you're supposed to do it, right? I actually don't know. I assume that since the sound is there, but it's just very soft, you're still saying it. Otsukare sama. Otsukare sama. Otsukare. I want to roll my tongue like I'm Spanish speaker. Like, good job. Oh, okay. Good job. You are a good job. Because this is like it, right? It's a good job. Good job. Good job. I really like learning Japanese. I really like learning Japanese. It's different enough, and there's some cleverness to it that I enjoy. I don't know. It says 0 seconds. This cannot be right. Also, it shouldn't say seconds. It should say milliseconds. But I did start. It's supposed to say MS, but it's not giving me a result. So, I mean, I guess I could prove that it works or not by just turning on my debugger. So. It must be fine. It must not be very non-performant. Must have been a manic. So the stopwatch should have started, right? If I put it at breakpoint down at the bottom here, and I will also like put one there. If it's not the editor, because it's not their editor, it's not that it's not an editor. Oh, I don't care if it changed. Just let me do this thing. Now it's interesting. So we have map object list, clear all. These are all the map objects. Remember, I was like, oh, how am I going to do map objects? What am I going to do? Oh, it's all here. I can't believe myself. Mendoza, how are you? You can say it when you want. You want to say, "Oh, Sukare-sama," as you did a great job to someone who was hired. Okay. Arigato. Although I think, are you supposed to? You're not supposed to say you're welcome. You're supposed to say, you can say thank you, but not you're welcome. If someone says thank you, you usually say like something else, like it's nothing, or you even say excuse me or something, right? That's how you do it. I heard from native Japanese peoples that is a thing. All right, let's see. Okay, so it does work. So this thing is blazing fast. Oh, you know what? I know how to say thank you. I'm almost Japanese. I know arigato and sumimasen. Two of the most important parts of the language. All you're saying is sumimasen. You're just like apologizing for everything, right? And then you should be okay as long as you're just apologizing for anything that you do. I'm not saying that judgment of Japanese. I know that saying excuse me is a very common linguistic thing. The polite way of working around people. I know sushi. Yeah. I know lots of words. I know I forgot all my words. I know how to say kare. Kare desu. Curry. Hoteraru. I could say Hoteraru wa doku desu ka? Where's the hotel? I could say Baste wa doku desu ka? Or I could say Baste wa koko desu. If I said Baste wa koko desu ka, would that mean is the bus stop here? For nothing is you're welcome. De nada, right? It's nothing. Hotel ha doko desu ka? Wa, yeah. Baste wa doko desu ka? Tore, Tore. Is that a bus? Where's the bus? I don't. Toire. I don't. Mo koko desu ka? Mo? I don't know what mo is. I haven't learned mo. Well, I know the character, but not what that is in terms of connecting things. You could write it. You could have written that in Japanese, and I would have probably read it better, unless you use katakana, because the Duolingo uses more hiragana currently in my lesson. So I do get the katakana stuff. Restroom, okay. I do get the katakana stuff because it like tries to progressively teach you, but every once in a while these big like complicated characters show up and I'm like, I don't know what that is. Like even though watashi, there's like one character you can use, like watashi no whatever, it's doing all the characters in watashi, like the 4 characters of it. Watashi, I think it is. Or no, watashi. Watashi. Right? Okay. Thank you for letting me pretend I know something about Japanese, which is minimal. I'm currently working on words. Oh, I'm working on like possessive, or not, is it possessive pronouns? Like, or no, this and that, like this person. So it like tono and sono, right? Because sore and tore. Oh, is that what you were spelling? No. Watashi wa sushi ga suki desu. I don't know what suki means. You're saying the sushi's not oishi desu. So is it suki's not gross tasting, is it? I have good sushi. I have taste. That can't be tasty. I am sushi. I want watashi. I don't know. I am tasty sushi. Wow, you are sushi? Watashi wa sushi desu. I have sushi? I don't know what. Nom 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 nom. Yeah. I'm sushi. Hear me roar. Okay. So I was trying to figure out how I can manage changing the collision state of a map object. Because map objects don't have collision state. So let me just see though. So they have collision info. But what I want to do, I think I'm going to enhance this to indicate whether it has collision state. I want to do it on here. I don't know actually. Basically, every load of the map, this thing is called that. It does a lot, and it was crazy that it takes almost no time, because maybe it's just my web development days where anytime you do all this crazy like loops and stuff, it feels like it should take a lot. Right? Having to keep an eye on an email. I'm expecting. How's it going? It's going. Tired, but good. Okay, so what was I saying? Okay, so on every map load, it does this thing that takes almost no time to run. And it rebuilds the entire object set. At Rasa Irashimasu. No, Irashimasu? I don't know what that word is. I will learn at some point. Babe, please. You're not a sushi chef. Me. Okay. So, sushi restaurant. So it's what the sushi chefs say when you walk. Why? Oh, irashudamase. That's what they say? Why would they say you're not a sushi chef? Wouldn't it be like, welcome to the sushi restaurant? Okay. So this is where we get the map object during a load. And then it does what? Foothold is like something where there's something over the top as opposed to the bottom. Well, Rasa knows Japanese and Japanese culture quite well because they're Japanese. They could probably speak more to it than either you or me. Okay, this is furniture height. What is this doing? Get furniture height? All right, let's go get some furniture, baby. Look, it's Japanese that I don't know how to read. Something about, is it like up or down or left or right? I think that's up, right? There's like a little arrow going up. Does sushi chefs say that when you walk into their restaurants in Japan? Maybe they only say it in the US. Okay, so we get furniture height. We get a list of map objects that are at the position. Wow, they do a lot. They do a lot of work to manage the positions of these objects. I can't believe how much work goes in, and it doesn't take a lot of processing power, but I just can't believe exactly how much work happens there. It's actually pretty insane. So we get, so if we have map objects, we proceed to go over each one. We get their terrain height, and then we return the height. So it must map object height equals 0. Weird. Why is it looping? What? Okay. So the height here is whatever value they're trying to reach. Let me go back real quick. So height equals -1. So in theory, it could be called with a height being passed into it, but it default. Okay, I get this, because sometimes they're going to want to check a height just by some. They don't need to know the entire thing, just a little slight. We definitely see it's something that happens almost everywhere in NA, not available. NA, Nebraska, Natty Town, what's New Angeles, North America, maybe North America. Irushi Irutsushi Yaimose? Is that how you say it? I don't. Yeah, that's E, right? E, is that Ru? Are you? Irutsushi Yaimose? Mase. Oh, it's Ma, not Mo. Mo's with the little. Oh, okay. I mean, I wanted to try and read the characters, so it's Ira. Is that Ru? Ra? Okay, so this is just getting a single height though. That's super crazy. Adjusted object height map, rotate map object. So this is going through whatever this crap is. This is gonna be the object reference. I don't know why it doesn't just have this stupid. What is this? This is a map object reference. Why don't they call it a map object? I've been going in like changing their code just so I have, you know, more clarity of what the CRUD is doing. The map object reference. Then this is Mo, this is map object. We're gonna just make their code more readable. Clean code, baby. That's right. Clean code. There's only one type of code, and it's clean code. I don't know why they do this closure. It's not tied to anything. This doesn't make sense to me. Why would you do a closure like this for just, you know, S's and G's? Is it just because you want to contain it somewhere? I don't. What value does this provide? Is it just the scope? The scope means that when it goes away, the scope gets destroyed altogether. Maybe that's what it is. I actually don't know how these little closure things work. It must be that it contains the scope. I guess. Or it's just for looks. I don't know. So we get the furniture height. Then we do a height map rotate. I have no idea what this crap does. So, okay. So I don't think I need to know any of this, to be honest. What I need to know is at the time we get the map object here, we want to know if that map object can calculate its collision. So that I can remove collisions from a map object. So the problem is the data that is stored for this object doesn't have the concept of a collision. So I'm going to need to find a way to get the map object from the map. Okay, so then I'm going to go into the map engine. See how I did this. How did I do this? I did something. I did something at the top of this last time. I know I did. It's here somewhere. So I did. Oh no, this isn't it. It's going to be the event engine. So we have a map character trigger. No, I don't care about that. That's not important. Where do we use this? Get character by trigger, map game object. So I want to, how do I can get my, how do I can get my map game object? Oh, there we go. This is the owner map game object. Okay, perfect. So in our map game object, we will have a collidable state. Implicitly, all map game objects are collidable. That is default behavior. It's okay that I didn't set them up as serialized. And I could then theoretically make this something that could be set as a serializable option, but I don't think it's important. I think implicitly they're just always on. More seriously, will Alterium Shift 2 be made purely in Unity? Don't know. I mean, at the very least, I'm going to do a test of Godot. I don't think I'll do anything with Unreal. I mean, I'm curious about Godot, you know? The portability thing is the one thing I struggle with. I don't care whether it's Unity or Godot. I don't know. I mean, people get really wrapped around the axle. I suppose if I were to use Godot and felt like it was faster and easier to use and improved my production, then I wouldn't. I want AS1 ported to Switch. I have it on Switch, but I have to pay for Pro license for 3 people, and I don't want to do that. Too much. Like, for 2 people, it was like 400 something bucks a month. It's insane. And it's just so I could build on Switch. It's not like we're making the money to pay for it. Like, how do people do that? It's almost like Unity is saying they don't want you to port the product until your product is making money, because you got to eat the cost. It should be free to use porting tools until or unless you're making money to a certain point. Like, I don't understand that part. That's stupid. But Unity's porting tools are better than Godot's non-existent ones, so you know there's that. Is collidable, and so by default this will be true. We're not going to make it serialized yet, but I am going to put private versus public. Keep that reasonable. Hold on a second. So by default, collidable. So then we'll go back to our map data and we'll do this nonsense. It's actually really good that that thing that updates height map walkable state is like super cheap. So what I want to do is a map game object equals this, no, yeah, this dot owner or map data. So this dot owner. There's no owner. Okay, so I'll have to do it the wrong way. Current map scene dot map game objects, and I think we want to do first or default. And then we do what's X. So this is where the ID. Okay. That should be fine. So we'd have to do, if this was null, there's like a way to do what I want. I think it's like a pattern match. And we'll just do this. I think there's like a pattern match that could be created out of this, but if it's not collidable, but I'm just, you know. So this would mean that if anytime I set that flag to false, it would stop doing collisions on that portion of the map. Now, is there a way that I can call this thing? What does this get called? I want to see where it gets called on the map loading. Is somewhere over the rainbow. It is in set rom impl. So it just calls it. Okay, so I should be able to call this directly. So what I'll do for the purpose of testing is when I set this value, we will update this, the walkable height map garbage. That should give us a really good way to test this. So we'll do game main dot instance dot current maps. I prefer to use that. Update. Oops. Is it not the map scene method, or is it a map? Oh, it's map data. So it would be map dot. Is that data? No. No. What? Where's map data? This is map. Who owns map data? Where are you, map data? Let's find you. Oh crap! It's like garbage in here. Okay, so let's go look at the map object. So map data does not exist there. So where's map data? Oh, map drawer. By the way, map drawer, map data. Come on. I can't. I mean, really. I just get really persnickety about this stuff. Okay. Then we do update map height walkable state. So theoretically, when I run this, I'll stop the debugger because I don't think I need it. I should be able to go in on the map, find a static object, check off the collision, and then walk through it. In theory. And if it works, it'll be official. I will be a golden god. Not true. I think there's something wrong with my bot. Looks wrong for some reason. What's this, a bot? Come on. Good distraction while I wait for the build to happen. Did it open it? Yeah, there we go. We're back. Okay. So let's go see if this works. Hey, look, the whole fam damly's here. All right. What I love about this, by the way, is the problem I'm solving. Like, people who know Unity and know how to solve problems in Unity, they're like, why are you doing so much work just to make something on the map not collidable? And then, you know, they're right. Why am I doing so much work? Because the work to go into like the core of the system and make things use colliders is way higher. It's like, you know, orders of magnitude worse than just doing it this sort of figure out how their code works way. Right. I forgot one core thing. I need to make that stupid thing visible. So we're gonna do show in inspector. Why are you not showing in inspector? Inspector code. I also just noticed my dad joke didn't dad joke. Probably because I killed the bot right when I did that. I taught a wolf to meditate. Now he's a werewolf. I like that one. I like the humor. What do cannibals serve at the beginning of dinner parties? Handshakes. Finger food, too, right? Like, gonorrhea would have been a great name for diarrhea medicine. Different kind of problem, though. Different kind of problem. Womp womp. You don't like that joke? I think that's a great joke. It's got all the right components to it. Aladdin has been banned from the Magic Carpet Race. Apparently, he's been using performance-enhancing rugs. I mean, that one's good too. Pros, no more piss. Boop. Cons, gonorrhea. Like a Pepto-Bismol commercial gone wrong. Okay, moment of zen. Oh, that's good. Look at all the errors we see here. I like errors. Is there no ID? Why would there be no ID? Oh, because I'm using the wrong ID. Okay, well, that's also a problem. Oh, because it's a mono behavior too. Wait, no, that should be okay. So let me see here. I don't want the ID. I want, excuse me. I want this guy right here, the map object ID, which is not exposed. Yes, it is. Map object ID. Okay. Let's go back to our map data. No. Yeah. No. Yes. Update it. There we go. I like how it actually highlights methods I've changed. But you wouldn't call the diarrhea gonorrhea. You would say that you used the medicine and now it's gone from your area. Gonorrhea. Get it? Okay, let's see if this works. I made that one up on the fly, by the way. Ever get hit by a rental car? It hurts. Trying to think if there's any other rental car companies that would be good funds. I'm going to open a 24-hour Indian restaurant and call it Non-Stop. I wanted to be one called Nanya Business, but I don't know if that would give the right impression. Bye-bye, Costa Rica Clementine. Only 1 gram of sugar, but none of it is artificial. Hashtag not sponsored. I work with a new guy named Kevin. Kelvin. He's a temp. Seems cool. I want a different on me. Another one. Okay. Did you know Mortal Kombat is actually based on an old Scandinavian church song? Yeah, I'll finish him. How does a computer get drunk? It takes screenshots. The great part about my dad joke command, it's self-limiting. I figured it was something like the word one, but I had much more fun mispronouncing it. The dad joke has a self-limiter built into it, which is that people can only stand the jokes for so long. Womp womp. No more. Okay, where was I? Where's my button? Is collidable. Why is it not working? Oh, it did work. I don't know what that exception is, though. So there must be ones that the value is null. I don't think... Oh, everything is now not collidable. Perfect. Okay. That's a problem. My wife dated a clown before she started going out with me. Needless to say, I had some pretty big shoes to fill. I always buy my weapons from a guy called T-Rex. He's a small arms dealer. I mean, wouldn't I always buy my body parts? I know that small arms also means like arms that are small. So I want to see what's going on here with the data in Summitin. 8 feet tall. Okay, so this doesn't... Object type? No, here. It has the info. It has the technology. We can rebuild it. We can make it bigger, stronger, faster. How is it finding ones that it's not? Fluid.parse. I suppose I could do something where if it is null, it won't return it. I guess. I'm curious which ones are not. You know what I'll do? I'll do a debugging here. So we will rock you. My kids like that one. Buddy, right? Okay. So what we'll do is we'll say result GUID result equals empty GUID. Oh no, I can just return try parse, right? That's much smarter. So no, I can't return result that way because I'd have to do it like this. So how would I do that? I have to set it as a default value. But it does have to happen one way or another. Result equals GUID.empty and then try parse. I don't want you to do that. Oh, could I wonder if I could do it like this. Would that work? Would that, by its nature? No, because it returns a Boolean. Damn it. Okay. That's annoying. I don't want to do it that way. I guess I can just call try parse. And then if it works, it works. So it's just like implicit. I guess that'll work. That's fine. I don't care. So one thing I want to do though is if it's not, so we'll do, actually I do want to put an if statement because if it doesn't work, I want to output something so I can know what the heck is not working. So if it doesn't work, if not that, then debug log. And then I guess, I don't know what I would even have. I guess I do the object name. For object, and then we'll just do the name, right? Okay. So that'll at least tell us what thing might be failing. I'm a little curious if I go into another map. Oh, crap. I'll build it. Doesn't matter. See, I told you, dad jokes have a self-limiter. Did you hear the one about the bed? No, that's probably because it hasn't been made. Not that hard to make a bed every day. Okay. Throw the sheets over the duvet cover or bedspread or whatever you call it. Fine. It should work. Oh. So I think if I say start game, it'll auto switch to the entry scene. This is how I set that up. Yes. Good. I made my own little tools over here. Make it fast. Then I forgot about it for months. Then I finally decided, oh, I should probably start using that. And that's my story. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it. So can't walk in the bush, which is great. Can I walk in here and not have it crash? No. So that has to be because of the way the map object things work. Okay, so I'll have to figure that one out. That's not great. We'll figure that one out too. I'm okay with being kind of chill tonight though. But you know, the wife and I might just start going dancing every Monday. So I'll probably get in shape or something. Probably be able to handle it. Won't be falling apart. We could just start playing DDR. I have DDR. All right, so let's try this again. Come on, Sing. You got it. You can do this. Just okay. Don't be shy. They're all watching. So Oh, no. I've already thought of one problem. I know now why this turned off everything, because I have to target the object that matches the one that's currently on the map. So I can't just test the ID, I have to test other values as well. But why is it still doing it? Main camera. Oh, it's log error, but I don't want log error. So it's the main camera should not be in this list of things. Somehow the main camera got a main. Oh, somehow it got a map object. Okay, well that's great. It shouldn't, but it did. So I get to solve that problem. Okay, so I guess I know why it's not parsing those ones, but two things I need to check. So if we do find an object, if we get an object back, we can't check it against here. So what we need to do, instead of doing this whole map object ID, we're gonna have to pass in the object we found. We're gonna have to pass this puppy in here. I'm gonna add some overhead, but I don't think it'll be terrible. I hope not. Then I can also contain the check. So we're gonna say public bool is matched map object. Okay. And then let me just double check here. Does this have coordinates? This gets the furniture height. No, so it's the map object reference that has the position. So it's actually not the map object. I need to do the reference. So instead of being map object, it'll be map object reference. Okay. So we have to compare two things. We have to say return map object reference dot GUID equals that, and the position map position dot x and map position dot y, and I think I can still, is there a z? There's no z. I don't know what they have. It has x, y, and r. Don't know what r is. Let's just do x and y. Let's just see if we can get it that way. That'll work. We'll see is a match, so that should contain it inside there. Let's go back to the map data. Then I sort of solve for this problem here. So as long as that's not null. No. Here. Solve it here. Got it. Good job. So x dot is match map object. And then we do the map object. Maybe. Find out. I have to send a really serious email after this streaming. Be Serious Motzi time. As you can tell, I'm never serious though. Did it finish building? Okay. So if this works and I turn off collision, it should only affect the one thing that I turned it off for, which would be this bush. So here's the bush. Here's collidable. Check the box. That felt like that took too long. Why did that feel like it took too long? Hey, Stoff. How you doing? What's up, buddy? Didn't work. Okay. So that did not work. Wonder why. Tell me why. Let me take a look at the values. Actually. It could be that I used the wrong numbers. So let's go here. Just hanging out, doing some game dev. Game dev on Robodome. Or your own thing. Or is it Stuff Dome? I don't have the data on here. I wish I could see the private values. I do have map object data though. I wonder if map object data would have the information. No, because it's a reference. So the references are different from the actual core map object data. It's literally the information of the placement. That calculates bounds, transform dot position. I get. What did I use? Map position. Yeah, vector 3 int. What the heck, man? Playdate game. Wait, what's a playdate game? Are you... Have I heard of this game? Tell me more. Tell me more, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. GUID, map object reference. Oh, right. There you go. Now, guaranteed, this is going to work perfectly. 50% of the time, it'll work every time. Oh, that's cool. Is that, does that sell well? Has that sold well? I haven't heard it. I mean, I've seen it, but I haven't heard much about it. Pretty niche. What does it use for its underlying framework or engine? Does it have its own tool set, or does it leverage something that already exists? But I assume you're using your computer, so do you have an editor for it? Lua or C? Like, is there an IDE designed for it, or you use Notepad++? I hear some people like that. The whole Notepad approach. Okay. Let's go back here. Try it again. Collidable. Boop. That took entirely too long, in my opinion. I used LDTK that exports Lua file. What's DTK. LDTK. Oh, it's a 2D level editor. This is interesting. Fast, free, open source. You just like, does it do code too, or is it just visual? In-game implementation. Looks cool. I should do a 2D game someday. You can add tags and objects, but no actual stuff. And by 2D game, I mean like not 3D with 2D, right? Okay, so it worked. I made an object not collidable. I'm a little concerned about the hitch I saw when I changed it. I don't know if it means it would actually be slow in game or not. I guess I could test that theory. Go play with my bush and then see if it like, I'm running around. That took a bit of time for that to run. What about the one you were prototyping recently? The 2D platformer? Well, it was still 3D because it was RPG in a box. I don't like how long that takes. I actually think I know why it might take that long. So I wonder if there would be a way for me to get the map object reference before doing this loop. But I think the problem is that in this loop, the find command we're doing is probably really slow. Could be wrong. What is this? Is this it is a hash set, so that shouldn't take forever. I thought I proved that this is pretty fast, though. Why would it be slow after the map loaded? Let's try it again. We'll do another stopwatch. I'm going to do the entirety of it just to see if there's like a noticeable difference here. We'll do lap time milliseconds, so that's fine. We're not running the debugger, so let's go see what it takes. Yeah, I mean, you know, I got this whole game, Alterium Shift. I don't know if you heard of it. I've been working on it for a little bit. Got a lot to do. Not time to do other projects yet. Kind of hard, you know. Got things I got to focus on. What do you call a dead chicken? A poultrygeist. Well, it'd be like a dead chicken ghost. Or like, what do you call it when you're haunted by a dead chicken? What do you call a dead chicken that haunts you? Poltergeist. That would make a whole lot more sense than what do you call it dead chicken? I tried to come up with a joke about social distancing. This is as close as I could get. AS is rad. Your AS is rad. Wait, what are we talking about? All right, so let's see what happened here. So first off, this is reporting 0 milliseconds. So unless this is completely lying to me, we'll say it isn't, then it's really fast. Now, when I go into the setter, unless it like, maybe it's calling it more than once. Well, we'll find out. This will tell us for sure. So I'm in here. I'm going to press the button, make it not collidable. And it took 1.4 seconds. It's got to be these failures. Why would it? So in one instance on a map load, it doesn't take that long. The second instance, it takes a long time. So let me just see if I can find this, like, update map height, right? Update map. The only other theory I have is that maybe it's running more than once, but I don't see it running more than once. Or it's possible that these objects didn't exist. So since they didn't exist, it's got to be this thing that's slowing it down. Searching that entire list is slow. So I will need to put a lookup of some sort, I think. So even though it's a hash set, I'll have to put a lookup. It is a lot to go through. But why is it? Oh, right. Okay. So one problem is that every single time it's doing a loop, it's going through that entire list. So that's a problem. I don't want to go through the loop every time. I'm going to optimize it. I need to make this much, much faster. I can think about how to solve it. Or I can chat, I can co-pilot it. I have some ideas, but I'm curious what co-pilot would do. Line 1485 of current file I'm looking at causes significant slowness because each loop is looking up. How can I make this a lot faster? I think it's going to say something like creating a lookup or like a dictionary or making different life choices. I don't know. Anyway, so our map game objects, the operation can be slow if there are many. One way to speed this up is create a dictionary with map game objects. This way, yeah, exactly. See, I told you it doesn't tell me to do dictionary. So I could, how do I do it? The problem is I don't have, okay, wait. I would need to, I think I could make each object get its map object reference. How do we get our map object reference? From the map ROM. We do it just by a linear search, apparently. Weird. So the map ROM has all of the map objects, right? Your face is more than rad, Sorrow. Sorrow, your game is rad. I want to see more of that. Did you finally solve your problem? Did you get the animations working without that weird issue? Please tell me you solved it. Because if there's a problem, I'll solve it. See, what would be smart is at the time of import, I should save the map object reference ID. Just screw it. I'll deal with it later. Yeah, that's if you ever wonder why I'm playing the game, there's all these weird bugs. Like, I keep saying it. Someday I'll get to it, and then I don't, because it's never a higher priority than everything else going on. So there's two things I probably need to do to fix this. I'm not really a fan of one of them. Anything I do on the map level will be slower. There's going to add overhead. It could be one-time overhead, though. What I would have to do is have every map object get its reference. Now, map object references have a GUID and a rotation, apparently. And an XY value. So where do these things come from? Where did it come from? Where did it go? Where's this list at? I want to go to you. Okay. So when the map is loaded, it loads all the map object references. So I could... They must have their own GUID. It can't be... No, they don't. It's the same GUID as the map object, but the key is the map object and the XY value. Which means I could make a lookup, which would create slight duplication of data, but it wouldn't be terrible. Right? And then I could minimize how many objects I have to search. I could make a struct to look it up. Okay, so I think what I want to do, I don't love this, but I think if I want to make this performant, and I don't want to go back and do like a 2-hour import on everything, I'm going to have to make a struct and a different data set. It'll have to be a public struct. So I could do it in my... And do I have a... I don't have a struct folder. Who makes a struct folder? Why do you need a folder for struct? I have DTOs. Is a struct basically a DTO? Kinda? Or I have a map engine, a map system. I could put it in here. I could do that. So I could do like a map object reference key. It's basically a map object reference, though. Except I wouldn't have the rotation value, which is not as important because I'm just trying to find the one that's on the spot. Like, I guess I could get away with this. I'm reproducing an object that already exists, but you know, YOLO, I guess. So if we did this, I could do a GUID ID. I could do an int public int x and public int. Now this says y, but just to like avoid confusion, I'm going to call it z. So then we have an xyz. So this is a key that I'm going to use. And then I'm going to go to the map data, and I suppose I could do a one-time key generation. I kind of want to go where this gets loaded though, because then I can do it like in real time. So we have this, we say map objects, this.map objects, new list. Add map object. Save. It's going to be in the load section, I think. Map object group.load. What is this? Current map objects index. Hey, Tom. What's up? What's up, dog? Uh-oh. Look what you did. You broke the avatars. Now, does this get used? This gets used somewhere. Do I want to deal with doing it in line with its reader? That's the real question. I don't think so. I can't shake the feeling like it won't matter super much if I do something like this. I'm going to do private, no, public, private, public, private. It'll be a dictionary. It'll use a map object reference key, which is basically the same thing as map object. Feels kind of dumb to do this. And then it's like if I have the data, so if I have the key, all I need is the GUID. Do I need to do this? Let me think here real quick. What I'm trying to do. Hey, Pixel Garden, what have you been up to? Where have you been all my life, other than in Discord? I haven't seen you as much on the streaming. Have I? Were you here last week? I don't know the answer to that either. So I'm trying to get this sort of map game object from the game object list, but I don't want to do a search through everything. So I need to somehow implicitly get the value using a key. And I think I could... Okay, I got it. I know what I'm doing. I don't need to mess with this. So I was getting a little confused of like where or why I would do it. So I don't need to mess with this at all. Let's screw that. Leave that alone. This doesn't matter. What I need to do is I need to go to the space that I set up the list of map objects. And that has to be handled a little differently. So I need to go to the scene. And I need to see how I set this up. Map game object. Okay. Here. I believe this gets used in more than one place. And I used a hash set because reasons. So I might have to make a different setting, a different thing here that manages that data. So we'll do public dictionary. We'll do a different version of this. I don't love this, but I'm going to try this and see how it works. I don't want to mess with what already works. Map object as an object on the game map. That's true. Game map object. Just been busy with work and game dev. Yes. How goes your game? By the way. There you go. So we make a lookup. That's good. When map loads, I'm going to have to do something where I clear these out. But for now, we'll just YOLO it. So if I go into this nonsense here, I would just get them by a reference key. So what I'll do is instead of saying this, I'll do map game object lookup. I'll have to try and get the value, right? Okay. We're going to do map game object equals null. And then try to get value. And then instead of using the GUID here, we have to pass in the new. Maybe I'll make the key separately. We'll do it here. I guess I could make a constructor. There's also a way to do constructors is kind of weird. Like it's I could make a constructor. I could do it. I could make a constructor. Can I make a constructor? Yeah, I'll think of that. Not that much work. Copilot does the rest for me. So I guess I don't really have to worry about it. We've got the core mechanics and feel down. That's good. Always nice to have a good feel, if you know what I mean. Map data. Okay. Now we have the key. And now we pass it in a key. So this actually, yeah, so this should get us our value. It is supposed to output, it must output null if I do that. But I probably could just do this as a var value. I think if it doesn't exist, it'll just give it a null value. Okay. I don't love it because it hides it all the way over on the right. You're like, where did map game object come from? Whatever. I could do a contains in this case. It's a lot of like nonsense just to get to that answer. So this, but if this works, it'll get me the answer way faster, and the amount of work I had to do was, or would be, minimal. The only other thing I've got to do is when we create the list of map objects, I've got to populate the keys for each one. That'll happen somewhere in the code. We make the hash set in the load, and for each one we add this and map game object lookup add, and then we have to make oh, shut your face. And this is going to be the map object ID. Come on. We got this. We got this. We got this. Okay. Relax. We can type. Everything's good. Something with the IDE doesn't like what we're doing, but we'll figure it out. Oh, it's I guess map position on it. Not Y though, it's Z. Okay. So we're good there. Perfect. Then we have a key. So the only other thing I'm going to do, because I realize that we don't want to add all that garbage nonsense. We want to see if all the static objects, index, static object, if it doesn't contain map terrain, and no. If map game object equals null, we add component. Oh, that's why this is happening. So I don't really want to add a component if it's not there already. Okay. We'll just say if it doesn't equal null, right? We're not gonna add. We're no longer gonna add components if they don't. That was why I was getting like the camera with shit stuff on it. So This should give me what I need. I'll create the lookup. Data's there. It should be like instantaneous. It should even be that much work. All right, let's build this. As I said, I'm a little tired tonight, so I might wrap up a little bit earlier. If I'm getting this working consistently without all the slowness, I'll fix the bug with going between maps, and I'll probably get done after that. Not to brag, but I have this weird talent in guessing what's inside a wrapped present. It's a gift. Maybe. It's not always a gift, though. What if someone gave you a wrapped present with nothing in it? Did you know that curious people live longer? That's because curious people are lifelong learners. Learners are also known as pupils, and pupils dilate. That one is a lot of work. Somebody threw a bottle of omega-3 pills at my head. It's okay, though. My injuries are only superfish oil. Superfish oil. Boo! Get off the stage! Those are cool. The good idea, Co. Hey, I know you. I'm stealing them. Super fish oil, get it? What are Mario's overalls made of? Denim. Oh, denim. How you doing? You have good ideas. Dev Donut. How have you been? I haven't seen you stream lately. Why you no streaming? Okay, let's see if we can do this. Specs? Nope, no specs. Wow. Denim. I think you're saying wow because of the beautiful joke. I can't believe you remember me. It's been years, literal years, even though it says first time chat. Yes. Years and years. How have you been? Tell me everything. Get me caught up on life. I've been thinking about that lately. About specs or streaming. Yeah. All right, that happened faster, right? Look at how fast that went. Okay, that was pretty fast. Streaming. You had 2 kids? 2 of them? You bought a house? That was a good idea. We're now sealing it and moving to Thailand. That's quite a change in life. Why Thailand? Why land? Okay, fair enough. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Thailand. I was just curious. That's cool. It's less expensive to live there, right? I assume. How goes the gig? The new gig? Did you get a gig in Thailand, or are you going to be working remote? Where do people respect people for who they are and not what they have? And you work from home, yeah. So you can work remotely wherever. That's good. Have any good ideas lately? Where's my little button there? Down my way. What do the kids think of this? Or do they are they able to comprehend the amount of life-changingness that's about to happen? The collidable thing got turned off, but it doesn't look like we found the object. Okay, so then I think I did something wrong. Let me go. So we added the positions, which is good. X and Z. Plateaued, but it's expected. I have tons of stuff going on. Yeah. I mean, you're moving to a different country. It seems like a reasonable amount of things going on. Ah, here it is. I keep doing this where I keep giving it. Oh, it is Y though. I guess I could see what this is doing. Let's put a breakpoint, I guess. Matzo, me go to bed now. Oh yeah, have a good sleep. I like the shirt. Yeah, the Alterium shift works well for a shirt design. Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't do anything that looks pretty. It's all Jacob. He's got the eye for it. Let's see. So I'm gonna go back here. Let's just see what's happening with this data. I won't be able to check everything, but I'll be able to test something. I had it working, but it means I'm not able to find the right thing. I got you motivated now to work on project. What did I motivate you to do? Get more good ideas? Are you still streaming? Let's see. I can't believe you put your name up there. I don't see any recent videos. I guess with everything going on, probably can't keep up with that. Well, we're here. We haven't gone anywhere. We went dancing last night. That was fun. It's been a long time. Who else? I actually saw him on here the other day. Who? Do I know Hardly? I hardly know him. He was an avid streamer back in the day. No, I don't. I do not. Not at all. We're all doing well here. Kids growing up. You know how that goes. What was I doing? Getting caught up in the conversation. Was Hardly on here? I don't think so. I'm not a big streamer. Your apologies. What happened? Did I miss something? Okay, so this isn't going to come back with results because this should be empty, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about that for a second. Oh no, don't worry about that. It's fine. I like being distracted. I even have a command for it. I think it's D+. Oh, see? Part of my life. I live a life of being distracted. So 44. It is adding them to the objects appropriately. Typical dev stream. I mean, this is the life, right? Or so they say, the kids these days. Okay, so I mean, my kids don't say that, actually. My kids, I don't know how they think about me streaming. My eldest is 11 now. She's going into middle school. Okay. Now I got to figure this out. We have GUIDs, an X value, and a Y value. Oh, 44 and 42. That's the same one I was looking at. Let me see here. I don't really care about that. X and Z. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they don't care. Have you seen Liz's album? Oh, wait, hold on. It's... Can't read because my camera's in the way. Let me move this down. There we go. Better. My kid's just about to be that age where I don't know anything and I am not cool. Well, I need to tell my wife to get on here. She's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Won't lie about that. Okay, so object reference key. Are we not? Are we or are we not getting a value back? That's going to be the question. No. We have a lot in here. What is in here? 44 and 42. This is like the exact, hold on, 44 and 42. D, F, D, 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 D. Okay, so what, let me see here. It's the, wait, it's there, it exists. What? Well done. I see C#. Are you doing uni? I am. Here. This is what I'm making. Well, I'm working on. Ongoing. Forever and ever. This is my life now. So game, much shift. Right now I'm trying to work on the, you know, a little bug, basically. It's not getting the value back, so why wouldn't it be getting the value? The key, does it have to be the exact, it's a struct. Do structs have different, I'm wondering if I have to use the actual, I thought I could use a struct as a key though. That feels like the 44, 42, it starts with DFDD and ends with E5A. So this is the reference. 44, 42, DFDD, E5A. So that's the same thing. It seems like it should work. $44, $42. What am I missing? Okay, I need to figure out why this is not finding the object. Is the object is there, but it's not returning it. I guess I could ask Copilot. So let me think here. If I use a struct as a key in a dictionary, can I create a new struct to find the value from the key? Thanks for the follow. Following Motzi is a good idea. Yes, you can use a struct. Okay, but why is it not working then? Okay, so my map game object lookup doesn't appear to be working. I confirmed my struct has the same data as the key in the lookup, but the try get isn't returning. Good old AI. And take over the world. Just kidding. You're having trouble retrieve. It seems you're having trouble. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Thanks, Clippy. Do I need to override? Okay. So it's because I need to override the equals values because I'm passing in something that might technically be considered different. Maybe. If that works. So this will maybe solve it. If there's a problem, I'll solve it. I'm sorry, I can't do this though. We gotta like turn equals result equals false. And then return result. Sorry, not sorry. I can't allow that code to exist. Multiple returns are not allowed. Not acceptable. We get, oh, you joined. No, wait, you didn't join. Who's Gunthor? We got a Gunthor here. Sorry, I'm looking at my Discord while I wait for this nonsense to go through. Okay. All right. So, meow, let's go try this again. If I get this to work, I'll call that enough. I have some things I gotta take care of tonight. Shorter stream, but kind of exhausted. So, all right. So let's go. So we can't walk through the bush. If my calculations are correct, and they almost never are, if I do this, oops, I gotta go back here. I can walk through the bush. Yay, it worked. I'm so happy. Can't walk through that bush because that bush has not been made uncollidable. It means I should be able to even do it with other things in the scene. Like, I'm pretty sure this house is an object. I should be able to make the entire house not collidable, which is interesting because the way collidable works for individual objects versus furniture. 40k wishes later, we are adding collision to our game. Shut your face. This is just additional capability, okay? Relax. Collision already existed. So it didn't remove the collision from the house? How's about that? I wonder why. Tell me why. It could be there's something else. Here, let's have fun with it. Let's see how many things, if we select it and we uncheck, this might break some things. because every single time I unchecked it, it's like updating every single one. Or I guess I checked it on. I'm gonna uncheck it for every single one, and it's gonna take a second because it's just hammering the system. Is anything walkable throughable? I can walk through a tree. There's some houses here. Can't walk through them. So it doesn't seem to be affecting the collidable nature of houses, which is interesting. I can go through the bush. Can I go through the light pole? No, let's see. I did a lot of trees, but I don't know what the trees are. Problem is, like, randomly selecting a tree to make not collidable doesn't really help me know where it is. They're like in the background, but they don't even matter. Okay. Let's do like a light pole. Let's see if we can make a light pole not walkable or walkable throughable. Yeah, so something about the houses isn't working. I wonder if it is anything that takes something more than a one block area. It's something I could test. All we have, the only thing that takes up more than one area is like a house. Maybe. I mean, this takes up more. So if I made the clothesline not collidable, it should not be. What I'm trying to do, Smarty Pants Sorrow, is I'm actually adding scripting that lets me control the collidability of these SGB objects on the map. Okay, so there's something weird about the houses. There must be something under the house or something that's making it not collidable, but it's not actually the house. Because I can walk through that too. So that's good. I mean, that's a good result. So what else I have to do is I've got to clear out the game map object data when the map first load. So in map scene, I think. No, map data, I think it is. Let me get rid of my stupid line. Code here. What I'm going to have to do is when it's a first time map load, I have to clear out this data because it hasn't loaded yet, which may or may not be bad. I don't know if I really need that in the first go through. I think the first go through, it can just sort of be. So we're going to go into this right here. And just because I know this is where the bug is going to occur, I will do, right? What do I call that method at? In the map scene, so what do I call load game map object? I could also do this in here. So that's set ROM impl. Any reason not to? So right here, I could do it too. I could do load game map object. That would also solve the problem. And apparently making new is sometimes better than doing clear. Clear can actually be slower than making a new object, which is crazy to me. I don't know why that would be, but load game. There we go. So we'll get rid of that puppy there. And that should fix our problem with going from map to map. I think. Potentially. All we gotta do is wait for this to do its thing. Yeah. Not totally getting tired, but definitely getting zoned. All right, let's do one more dash up, I guess. As long as I can go from map to map, I'll call it good. I wasn't much fun last year having a broken neck, but at least now I can look back and laugh. I mean, not terrible. Kind of funny. Because they can look behind themselves, you know? I feel like if you were able to do that, you'd be dead. So. Did you hear about the cop who fell and broke his radio? He couldn't get back up. He couldn't get back up. He couldn't get back up. Back up. Right. So it doesn't work. What's here? Why are we not using... It's interesting that it's not showing. Okay. So apparently I can't load the game map objects where I had defined. This must not be the right place to do it. So then I guess I will have to do something that like clears it or something. Oh, actually, no, I could do... It didn't give me an error, though. That was weird. Why wouldn't it give me... Why doesn't it give me an error? These must not be set, is the problem. So I guess I do have to just sort of do game map object. What is that? Map game objects. And we'll just clear it out right there. I don't know why it didn't work the way I wanted it, but aggressive loading. It's like that's how you know something broke. The other thing you know if something broke is if all the characters disappear from the map, they stop drawing. Because if there's a bug, the engine that does rendering in Smile Game Builder is different from Unity's rendering engine. So whatever that is, when it breaks, it stops rendering all those things. It's also very funny. Due to the quarantine, I will only be telling inside jokes. What's the highest rank in the Popcorn Army? The Colonel. Is that right? I guess you'd call him Pops. A storm blew away 25% of my roof last night. Oof. The Thanos snap bug. All right, here we go. It'll load any moment. Okay. This is the map loaded, and if I go to another map, loads. Okay. So then, I'll prove my use case one more time that I can get rid of things. I'll just select some things, I guess, and I'll go to. Oh, I can't because I got to do like the actual object. We'll do those two. Turn off their access, and now I should be able to walk through the clothesline and walk through the pole. I'm in my pole position. Get it? All right. So it It might not seem like much, but the, you know, I recently made it so I can do interactions with things on the map. Actually, it's kind of funny. She's not banging it. I wonder why that's not working. She bangs, but she doesn't bang. Why is it not doing it? I want to bang you. Why is my banging not working? I think I changed it. Okay. Hi, I'm a bush. My banging doesn't work now. I gotta figure out my banging. I'm supposed to be able to hit things, but there's something wrong. Hi, Bush. I'm Motzi. All right. Well, that's okay. You know, I can now make these up. So the reason I needed that ability is if Pyra smashes certain things, they will actually break and go away. But I'd have to also make sure that the collision goes away. So that's the whole reason why I'm doing that. If your character interacts with something and make, or like if you, because I'm going to replace all these flowers with one object event, which by the way, it'll speed up the map. So that whenever you go to pick up, it's got to go away, right? So I'm going to have to make a node that lets me get rid of a map object, but then I'll have a way to do that. So, you know, I think that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. I think it's time for me to wrap up. Talk weird. I gotta pee too. Glad you showed up, Oliver, so I can leave. It's not you, it's me. I've gotta get done. Lel. Thank you for the stream, Sorrow. Wait. Thank you for being here for the stream. I want to watch the Sorrow stream. Is Twitch muted? No. Mute Twitch. How? Did Tom Millman raid me once? What is he working on? Game pivots? I don't know why I'm following Tom. I must be following Tom because I was raided by Tom. So let's raid Tom. The Millman. It must have been that day I got like everyone just raided the crap out of it. Y'all have a lovely night. Thanks for hanging out tonight. We'll go say hi to Tom. See how he's doing. I'll be back on Saturday, and don't know what I'm working on yet, but I'll find out when I get there. All right. Have a great week, y'all. See ya.